quick look at this. This is my horseradish. I actually threw one in here. I've never grown it before. I imagine it's a lot like the roots, like garlic and various other types of roots, sunchokes and onions and stuff, bulb onions. But I'm showing it to you because I really didn't expect it to survive, and I put it really too close to this lavender, so I got to clean it up today. But it's kind of hard to see because it's so messy and camouflaged, but it's actually doing really well. I'm surprised. So I think if I give it a little bit of love, I think I can get it to grow. I mean, let me just show you kind of how the leaf is, but that gives you an idea of what kind of growth I'm getting. A couple of bugs got to it. I think I'm going to spray it down with some neem oil, but I'll be back with more information once this is cleaned up and I've got it looking a little bit prettier. So mainly I'm cleaning it up. I've had to build my fence around my garden. I spent most of the beginning summer, so I let my weeds go, as you can see. So we got some cleanup to do, but I wanted to share that with you because this is the very first horseradish. So if any of you have tips or tricks or anything that you know about horseradish that I don't, please leave a comment, and that way we can all learn together. And I'll be back. Alright everyone, just wanted to welcome you back. This as you knew from previous installments, that I've started to kind of take care of this horseradish. I got it last year and somebody just gave it to me. It was late in the summer, so I just kind of threw it in. In fact, I put it too close to this lavender, but lavender is pretty tough, and I've been finding out that horseradish is pretty tough too, so they're doing okay next to each other. This spring did much better than last year, and it started to get some decent sized leaves, so I thought I'd kind of educate myself, because I really didn't know much about horseradish, as I said before. So I wanted to kind of clean this up, which I just got done doing, and then give it some love and see if maybe I can't make this plant look a little bit better. From what I find out, or I've been finding out, I did some homework. I did a lot of homework after I cleaned this up, just to kind of break it down for you so we can all kind of learn this together. But they can get to be about 3 to 4 feet big and 3 to 4 feet wide if taken care of. It is a taproot. It's a perennial. It comes from the Horseradish rusticana family. Now, that's a scientific name, and I always butcher those, so I'm hoping I pronounce it right. There's some debate on where it originated from. Some people think that it's southern Russia and parts of Ukraine where it originated, but I think that's kind of debatable because it's been found in most of Europe and other Mediterranean type countries. So I don't know if that's necessarily a solid fact, but that seems to be kind of the consensus. It grows in zones 4 to 7 easily, so it's a cold hardy plant. It doesn't do super well in the heat, and right now we're in 100-degree temperatures, and it shot up good in the spring, and I've been giving it a little bit more love this year, and it's looking a lot better. But I think once we hit fall, which is the time that you want to harvest them, this thing's gonna start really looking good and better, especially since I've been taking a lot more care of it. It is a full sun. It will grow to some partial shade, but it does better in the full sun and in cooler temperatures. When you start getting into tropical, you start having a hard time with this plant. But you want to plant it in spring. That is best. Now, I planted mine in summer, and it did okay. It survived the winter. It overwintered here. We had negative degree temperatures at one point. At least most of the winter we were down to between 10 to 20 degrees, roughly. You want to harvest it in fall. Type of soil it prefers is between 6.0 to 7.5. It likes moist, silty soils, loose and loomy. It will grow in clay, which is really good in Utah. Clay soil is a problem in Utah, so plants that grow with good care, Oh, and I also wanted to mention too, I almost forgot, sorry, that these are tough in my zones. I don't know if where you are particularly living, they're as tough as they are here, but here they can take quite a bit of abuse, so I just wanted to mention that. But they have been used They have a few uses, more than just the flavoring. They're more known for horseradish sauce, horseradish for steaks, for hot dogs and stuff like that. It's a little bit of a peppery root type thing. There's medicinal uses. It can help with stuffy noses. It also is well known for its antifungal properties. There's an oil that seeps off the roots that is antifungal. So if you take the root and you make kind of a compost tea out of it, and then you spray it all over your soils and your plants, it can be antifungal. So companion plants, they grow well next to potatoes for that reason, because the root sets off this oil and antifungal. So you want to put it around your potato patches, and it'll help with that, because as all of you know, or most of you would know, that potatoes have some issues when it comes to some diseases. They can grow next to rhubarb, asparagus, next to strawberries. They grow well next to fruit trees too. So it's a good little companion plant. I'm kind of seeing it kind of like comfrey, where comfrey is a taproot too, where you just chop it and maybe drop it, and then harvest the root and let the root kind of keep the soil healthier. When you plant the root, plant it kind of diagonally at a 45 degree. I know that's strange, and this is the first one I've grown. So what I did is I went and did a bunch of homework after I cleaned it up, just so that we all can learn and I can share with what I learned. But from what everybody's saying, that the 45 degree angle, the way this taproot works, it kind of grows up like that, curves up. So by placing it like that, it's more of its natural setting. If you place it straight up and down, it'll kind of grow crooked or out crooked, and it won't do as well. So it can also become a compost fodder. So that's kind of an interesting fact that I learned. So I'm just learning with you, but I thought I'd have this episode on it, since it's kind of growing even when I didn't take care of it. So I imagine if I took care of it, it will do well. So I've been treating it better. I've been giving it some compost and some fertilizer, and watering it a lot more, and keeping the base of it clean. That's what I did in the previous section of the video. It's about 100 degrees now. It's been that way for weeks, and I think it would look better if it was colder. So in the fall, I think this will actually look better. Maybe I'll do an update later, but for now, I just wanted to share with you what I had learned on horseradish, and we'll go from there. It's pretty hot out here, so I'm going to bounce, but that basically covers it. And this is Garden Fever. Like, share, subscribe, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I will get back to you. Until next time.